Morning everybody, this is Willie Singleton on the Singleton Roost. I just want to make a short video this morning to show you how to make a very effective, inexpensive waterer for your chickens. One of the problems we face on the farm is being sure that our chickens have plenty of water, that it's as fresh as it can be, and we try to keep it as clean as possible. This is a really simple waterer. It's made from a 2-gallon bucket. You can get these at most places that sell cake icings because the icing comes in these buckets, and they'll run from $1 to $2 each. Comes with a lid so that you can put it on there when you're through. This is a little valve that you can get online on eBay. They come from China. The Chinese are very hard-working people. I've actually worked with some before, had the privilege of working some. The only drawback on this little valve, I don't know if you can see it on the side, there's a really small spring in there that helps close this off. The other thing you're going to need, this is a 7/16 ID O-ring. It's a 1/16 material. This is a 1/2-inch stainless steel washer. And this is a 12 millimeter by 1.75. It's 12 millimeters inside. The 1.75 is called the pitch. It's not the threads per inch like we do here in the United States, but it's the pitch. You need a couple of tools, a pair of side cutters, a drill with a 7/16 inch bit of drill in it, and a ratchet with a long extension 19 millimeter socket on the end. The first thing I'm going to do is these buckets come with a reinforcing edge on the bottom to help them stand when they're sitting on the floor or to stack them on top of another bucket. I'm going to cut part of that out so that this valve can sit flush on the bottom. We use these diagonal cutters. You just cut down and cut around it about 3 or 4 inches to remove that edge. It doesn't really hurt the bucket for what we're doing, since you're only going to be putting water in it, and water weighs about 8 pounds per gallon. This will hold a little over 2 gallons. The next thing I'm going to do is put this washer on top, or actually on the bottom of the bucket, to measure a good place to drill the hole. You don't want to get right next to the edge, but you don't want to get far away from it either. If you can see that washer, right in there is where I'm going to drill that hole. You want to be careful and hold the bucket down while you're doing this. And the other thing when you're drilling it is you don't want to leave a little burr on the bottom, because that rubber O-ring won't seal if that burr's in the way. The next thing I'm going to do is put the O-ring excuse me, on the valve. Now this valve does not come with threads on it, but the plastic is soft enough and yet hard enough to support the threads that I'm fixing to cut into it with the nut itself when I put it on the inside. Insert the valve. I'm going to put the washer on the inside, and then I'm going to force this nut down on that plastic. And that's it. The valve is installed in the bottom of the bucket. The weight of the water when it goes into this little cup right here will actually push this down and close the valve off in the cup. Like I said, one of the drawbacks is the little spring on the inside. I've been using these a couple of months now and they work really well, and I haven't broken any springs yet. but if you're going to use a lot of these, you might want to get a couple of spare. They're relatively inexpensive. Like I said, on eBay, they worked out to about 50 or 60 cents a piece. So when you go to get this stainless steel nut and the washer, don't go to your local hardware store unless you have to. Try to find a supplier, a wholesale supplier around there that sells to individuals too, sells to the public. The reason is, if you go to a hardware store to buy this nut, you'll pay $3, $5 for it, just the one nut. And this is just an example. That nut cost me 68 cents at my supplier. So they're really cost effective, and if you look around, you can find them for those prices. The washer was about 20 cents, and I don't think you could find that either. It's full stainless steel, 3/16 stainless. I suspend these with a chain so that I can set them to height that matches the chickens that are in there. The higher you get it, the less dirt they're going to get it when they're actually putting their beak in it, because their beaks are dirty. The other way you can do that is to set it on a couple of brick. The brick height is just about right to let the valve work properly. One of the other drawbacks to this is when you go to fill it or clean it, you need to set it on the edge of the table so the valve's not putting the weight on the valve. I hope this helps you out. I've got more videos coming. One of them is we all break handles on buckets, and I've got a really simple, easy way to replace the handles. Very inexpensive, and I'll try to explain that to you in a really soon video. Thank you. You have a great day.